Okay, good afternoon to everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. As we know, it's a very happy birthday to Mrs. McCaskey today, 101. I just did a video tribute to her with the players. Certainly excited about her birthday and also the Pro Bowl. We haven't been up here since that. So the Pro Bowl obviously was. Congratulations to Tez and to Jalen for that nod. That's good. And then Tyreek. Tyreek was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. Certainly had the stats. So he's been playing well for us all year. And like we said a couple of days ago, we like his physicality and his ball hawking ability. That's been really good for us. As you guys saw, the injury updates are out there. And those are where they are right now. And couple guys will wait and see where we are, until game time, but that's where it is. Finished out the week today outside, which was good to get out there. Weather's been extremely nice for this time of year, and it was good to get out there today. But Fast Friday, guys were fast, guys were quick, and again, it was really our first practice of the week. We had a bunch of walkthroughs this week, and those went well as we got through this week. First, second down, and then the third down in the red zone today. But with that, I'll open up to questions.
Kyler get hurt today?
Yeah, he just tweaked his, the calf.
Today though?
That was yesterday. So we'll see where it is, and again, it's hopefully trending in the right direction, but we'll see where it goes.
What would need to happen for Jalen to play on Sunday?
Yeah, just really trying to get him to game time. We're trying to get him there. We're obviously with that caliber of player, we're just doing everything we can to get him to the game, and we're going to certainly give it that time as well. For him, it just, he doesn't obviously knows the position really well, can really execute at a high level, he knows the coverages and everything, just some little tweaks here and there, but, so he'd be ready to go. He's been engaged in the meetings for sure.
What do you think about how close you guys were to actually being in the playoffs? Have you allowed yourself at least to look back, like, if I had done this in there, then it could have just been, it could be in a different spot?
Yeah, that's a good question, and certainly that's something we'll reflect on after the season. Right now we're just focused on this game, but you like to control your own destiny. That's the whole idea of this game that we're playing, right? Getting into the dance and controlling your own destiny that way. We fell short of that this year, and so we're just excited about this last game, and this version of the Chicago Bears going out there one more time, and we're excited about that.
With that in mind, like, haven't beaten them 9 straight, like, do you think you could look at this, if you do win, that it would be a statement moment for we were here and now we're there?
Yeah, I mean, you can certainly see the progress of during the course of the year. In the last 6-8 games, you can certainly feel that. On both sides of the ball, you can feel the camaraderie of the group. The guys coming together, the continuity of the group, and you can certainly feel that. But this, it's all about finish, right? So we'd like to really finish well. And again, it comes down to one play at a time, and playing the opponent. And we're into the 48-hour preparation now, so the guys are really locked into their mental and physical part of it's pretty much over, but the mental side of it really is coming on now. And reviewing their assignments, and really the temperature they got to play at, for this game. So that's going to be big for us.
Man, with Darnell Mooney, I think he was somebody you guys identified when you got here as somebody you feel good about, emulated hits certainly. What's been your sense for how frustrating this season has been overall for him?
Yeah, Darnell is, like I said before, has been a true pro. He's done everything we've asked him to do. And he's done really good for us. And there was games where he was targeted, a bunch of games, and he had some catches and did some good yak yards, and we saw some explosiveness there. And for whatever reason, it didn't. He got hurt. At the last part of the season here, he's been out the last 2 weeks. And that's unfortunate. But again, he's going to put his best foot forward. We'll see where it goes, and all those evaluations for each player will be done after the season.
Man, practicing outdoor on Fridays. I don't know if you've done that for every outdoor game. Is that a change in your planning, or have you done that all year?
Yeah. If you're outside, you'd like to be outside, right? And because you're obviously want to mimic the weather at best that you can, and you certainly want to do that. And if you're inside, we'd like to be, just get one more, get a splash on the turf before we go on turf, and we like to do that on Fridays.
Matt, last week you told us about your 90% club. Do you have any guys who are on track to make that 90% club this year?
Yep, Dave Borgonzi. He's been hustling, this guy. Yep. No, we have a bunch of guys. We have a couple awards that we give during the course of the year. And that's a big force. And one of them is the Ball Hawk Award. So that's a tight lead right now. We got Tremaine has 8 points, Jalen has 7, and TJ has 6. And then we have 5. I think it's 4 or 5 is Tyreek. And that history of that board, that takeaway board goes all the way back to the Tampa Bay Bucks back when they won the Super Bowl. So there's some good names on there in terms of the history leaders of that. Peanut Tillman's obviously one of them at the corner position that Yuri calls all those takeaways. There's other guys on there, but certainly we're proud of that for Chicago, him being that. And I don't know if anybody will ever break his record, but we'll see. And yeah, to 90% club, it's been good. There's guys that are going to be on that, and that's a hard thing to get on. And the guys we celebrate those guys every day after the game for getting on that club.
Matt, with this being the last game of the season, this question needs to be asked. Do you expect at this point to be back as Bears coach next season?
Yeah, I mean, expect, is a word of expectation. That's a word that belongs into the future, right? So I would say that we're going to have those meetings. I welcome those meetings during the course of the next few days after the game, early part of next week, and we'll have those meetings at the appropriate time. And right now we're focused on this game.
But do you feel comfortable and confident in the work that you've done that you deserve to be back?
Yeah, it's always I feel really good about where this team is. This team is on the rise. I feel really good about the second half of the season, where the whole football team is going right now, and I love the camaraderie. The relationships that we built, and you can certainly see the progress. So yeah, I feel good about it.
Is there anyone that stands out to you that you're super proud of where he started the year to where he's finishing the year at?
Yeah, there's a bunch of guys. That's a long list. Where they start. You start with the rookies. The rookies. It's hard for the rookies. So, and we tell them that, hey, the growth during the rookie season, you have to really do a good job of compartmentalizing each performance. And doing a great job with that, because you want to be able to stack good ones, right? And there's going to be a lot of learning moments that you have. You go against a lot of different people that are covering you, that you have to cover up in pass rush, whatever that might be, and you have to put those things away into your file so you understand that you're getting better every single time. And you look at Tyreek, you look at Darnell, you look at all the rookies, you look at Smitty. There's all these rookies in the tackles that we have, the D tackles, and T. Scott, all those guys that really do a good job of compartmentalizing each game and learning from the performance and partnering up with their coach to be able to get that done through the drill work, the fundamental work, and then taking that to the next game. And that's how you get better. It's a small increments that you get better every single time. And then what you do is you get all these reps banked as the rookie year, and we've been forced to do that a little bit, because of where we were in the rebuild, the first class and then the second class, and we got all these young players that have all that experience, and then you see the big jump, in the second year, and you're seeing that a lot with our second year players now. Those guys are really starting to play good ball and starting to make some impactful plays.
Man, Kevin Warren was talking about how good the energy is in the building and in the locker room. Do you give yourself credit for that? Is that on your watch?
I would just say that I'm a small piece of a group, the whole group gets credit for that. And to me, that's morale starts with one person, with one person's light that comes out, one person's heart, one person's mind, one person's spirit, and that's where it starts. And then you join those types of people together, and guess what? It's something special, and that's what we're most proud of in the building. It starts with one person, and the first rule of leadership is leading yourself, and that's making sure your mindset's right, your spirit's right, and your eyes are forward, and you're always looking to improve and to encourage your buddy next to you.
Yeah, I know there's such a focus on Sunday in this game, but you mentioned numerous times about your belief in the direction of this thing and where this team is going. What do you see for the Bears in 2024?
Yeah, like I said the other day, it's everything's on the rise. We feel really good about where we are, but every team is different. You cannot, you have to lace up your shoes and start from the beginning every single year. So again, that's going to be for the future, and that's where it is. But that's what our mindset always is. Every team's different. This team's different than the last year's team. Next year's team is going to be different than this year's team, and and you have to start from the beginning. And we'll get going on that. As we start evaluating this season, next week.
Matt, a lot of the players and coaches throughout the year say you're pretty steadfast in your messaging, trusting the process, chipping away, not doing anything differently. Was that hard for you at any point to stick with that message, stay so steadfast and not try and tinker when, you guys had a really tough start to the season?
Yeah, that's a good question, and you have to have a foundation. Like, what do you stand on? So I think that's a great fundamental question for really everybody. You say, okay, what do you stand on? And if it's solid ground, okay, and it's based on fundamentals and based on hard work, and based on somebody having, the dedication and the joy to come to work every day, those good things are going to happen. If you keep doing right things will happen, and that's the foundation we stand on. So to me, it wasn't hard to do at all because I really believe in our systems, and I believe in the Chicago Bears and where we're going in the future.
Matt, if Jalen can't play and his season is over, when you look back on what he did this year, what did that tell you about him?
Yeah, I mean, just like I think I said it before, how he rose to the occasion. You're in contract years, as a coach and as a player sometimes, and I've talked to those guys about that. We're really in the same boat a lot of times, and when you go to that contract year, the last part of it, you got to perform. You just have to, and he's done a good job with that. And how do you do that? Well, it's one day, one play. You take one day at a time and you play one play at a time. And you keep on working that constant, ever, improving. And he's done that. He's done everything. And I give credit to that room, and I give credit to Coach Hope too. He's done a really good job with him. All right.
Thank you.